KotBoy Euler, man.
What's up, Rick?
What's happening with it, brody? Man, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. Starting off first, how old you is, man?
Man, old nigga.
Oh,
OG,
oh,
really, 37. Yeah, 37, still at it, still blessed.
where you from, man?
Man, yeah, you know I'm from the land, Cot land, aka Waterside, with the boys every day, all day. Yeah,
So look, man, basically, we're gonna start off by just tell the people a little bit about yourself. Um,
I mean,
tell them, you know what you done been through and all this stuff like that. Like, I heard you did a little time and stuff like that. So I want you to speak up on that the time that you did and how you came through and how you held strong and all that and the shit that was going on inside the jail too at the same time.
to speak on that, man, I don't even know if you got enough footage for all that. We can be all day with this story. But just to tell you a little bit about myself, yeah, I'm just like any other young nigga that grew up around here. But the thing about it is that a lot of shit that I ain't seen, I seen. I caught my first Jose probably at the age of about, I think about 17.
What was that jokes about?
I had a little fight, and I ended up knocking a nigga out. Probably one of the first time I ever knocked a nigga out. I didn't know what the fuck happened. I thought the dude dead.
Yeah.
Thought he was dead, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I killed him, but I didn't know what the hell. I was young, I was shocked. You hear me? But yeah, I went to jail on that. You hear me? And
How long you did?
I did like 2 years, 9 months. And I think that's the jokes that kind of fucked me up.
Yeah.
Being that, coming from the family where I come from, I come from a family that was married. Mom, dad married 13 years, so I knew about family. You hear me? I had the family orientation thing put up in me.
Yeah.
First day of 6th grade, my mom and dad separated. That was a big, big, big impact on my life.
So you feel like ever since that happened, you feel like you ain't really had like a father figure type of role, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could say that because my dad was dealing with what he was dealing with. You got to think about it, man. A man, wife leaves him after 13 years, fam. You think about that. How would you feel? Like how would any man feel? He had his own ready-made family. For your woman to say that she don't want to be with you no more, fam, that's a big pill to swallow. My daddy went down a dark path. When he went down that dark path, I was left to figure this shit out on my own. I flunked the 6th grade 3 times after that. 3 times, man. Yeah. I'm trying to look. That's the impact that it had on me. But anyway, though, back to that first Joe's. Yeah, I think that Joe's fucked me up. I went to Winfield, CCA. I don't know if a lot of y'all know what that is, but that's the penitentiary. That's what we call hitting the wall. I'm young. I got a complex, thinking people are always trying to play on me. I had a young man mindset.
So look, I don't mean to cut you off, but when you first, you know what I'm saying, had to go do a little time or whatever, what was going through your head? Like, what was your thoughts like, you know what I'm saying, of going to jail? Like, was you kind of worried about anything or?
Man, to be honest with you, I just knew I wasn't gonna let a nigga play with me. It was like that. Like I said, I had a complex out the gate. I mean, you could have said anything to me, I was firing out because I felt like that's what I had to do. Immature in the mind, It just showed that I had a lot of growing to do, and it took for me to actually run into an old head that actually put some on my ass and sit me down and gave me the game. And that's what it takes. It takes for older niggas to really be patient with these young niggas and actually give them the game. But yeah, man, I had a lot of things. I was nervous about a lot of shit, but I didn't show it. Jail wasn't a place for me to show that. And man, when I say that I seen some of the most craziest shit on this Joe,
Speak on one of the most craziest things that you seen on the Joes. I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
Man, right before my discharge, right before me coming home off this Joe's, I probably had about 90 days left. And I come out for breakfast one morning, man. I seen a fight that I'd never forget. I actually seen a dude that was murdered right there in the square. If you've been to David Wade, see, this is not Winfield. I left Winfield and went to David Wade. We call it the White House. I left there. But this is the most craziest thing I seen on my jokes, man. I got up for breakfast that morning, and we was walking towards the square. You got to pass through the square to get to the breakfast hall, to the cafeteria. But I seen a fight I'd never forget. I actually seen a man murder a nigga with his bare hands. bare hand.
Like, and what he did, like how that happened, like with his bare hands.
Man, you ever just seen a man just stand over a nigga and just give him all he got? Just
What
all
did
he
he
got.
punch the death out of him or something?
Yeah, he punched the shit out of him, man, to death. Man had shoulders this big, man. Old school cat. Old school. But yeah, I was fucked up from that, man. I was really, really fucked up from that. I knew that I'd never forget that moment in my life, bro. I discharged that, man. I came home with an attitude so bad, man. I had an attitude. I
What
feel like everybody owed me.
matter of fact, what year was this? When you went in, what year was this?
Man, I believe I went in probably about on my first shows. I know I came home 2007. I had to be 2007. I came home. So I want to say like, it had to be like 2004, 2005, something like that. Though. I went in, but I know I came home like 2007. Yeah, that was the year of my first shows. And man, like I said, with that attitude I came out with, man, I swear, man, I ain't racist or anything like that, bro. I got respect for all people, color and races, man. I ain't racist at all. But them white boys had me fucked up down there, man. When I say they talk to you reckless, man. So you gotta understand, as a young man, I came home with so much anger in me.
Yeah,
Like I came home with a lot in me.
especially dealing with your parents,
Yeah, I mean
separating and all that.
that I had became numb to it. I just
Came
like I
on
took
to.
all that energy and all that anger, man, and I just made me off that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I made me. That's where Eula come from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was the demon side of me, man. I fight with that every day, though. I mean, thank God. Thank the Most High. But yeah, that's something I deal with. I feel like every man deals with battling himself every day.
yeah,
That I think that's every man's greatest battle. If you want to know about me, you want to know the truth. I'm deep, man, when it comes to it, man. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna search it out. I'm gonna ask the questions that you afraid to ask.
right,
You
right,
feel what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to ask what might hurt me. You feel what I'm saying? Or trying to get an understanding of something that might hurt me.
right,
I'm not afraid of that. I'm a man that seeks knowledge every day. In everything I do, I like to be around people who associate themselves and have mind frames that are like-minded with me. You understand what I'm saying?
right.
And this is what this podcast is about. You want to know about Eula. Eula want to reach. I want to reach the youth. You feel what I'm saying? I want
Yeah,
to let the city know that, say, bro, you still got niggas out here who care. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for the people God done placed in my life, that it gave me game and gave me the wisdom that I have now. And like I say, but wisdom only comes with age. Because when I was 22, 23, if I had what I had now, it still wouldn't have did me nothing.
yeah.
Sometimes it takes experience, and we have to, as men, we got to walk through it. So, yeah, man, that was my first Joe's, bro. And I came on with attitude, bro. And I did me, pretty much. I did what any other young black man would do if he was on lock. He came home off his first jokes, and he feeling himself and everybody.
So
You
like,
know I was rolling with the landlord.
yeah,
You know I was running with the
what that is,
landlord.
KOT, right?
KOT, you know what it
Can
is. See, back then it was like Wild Mob. You know what I'm saying? But
on my
KOT
mama,
always
Wild
been
Mob,
around, but it was Wild Mob.
Wild
You
Mob.
feel what I'm saying? We was the mob. Like that song was just bumping, yeah. Yeah, it was the mob then.
So do you feel like by you, you know what I'm saying, doing a little time and shit like that, do you feel like they kind of saved you from a lot of stuff, or how speak on that, like how you speak on how when you did time, how did that make you feel, or whatever? Did it do you feel like it was meant for you to do time or whatever, for you to be able to be greater or
Man,
whatever?
I'm gonna say it like this here.
Tell the people want to hear, that.
That's some good shit. We smoking too. Back to what you said though. Yeah, I feel like my last jokes, I did 7 years flat. Last jokes. I think this is the one that actually allowed me to deal with myself. On my first jokes I went in and like I said, you know, my understanding was off, you know, but it was that second jokes. And it was what transpired before I took the second jokes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Man, as a man, I was dealing with a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as where I was and what I wanted, and I was dealing it. Now what I was dealing with my mom and dad, now it's taking effect. It's coming to a head with me. I'm looking at my family And like I said, you know, I was raised in my family, so I'm family oriented. You know, I need to hear from my sister and brother. I need for all us to be in one house. I need us to fellowship. And I was actually evaluating my life right before that second dose. Yeah, right before that second dose, man. Shit.
Talking about when you got caught with the spreader.
Nah, this
That
one.
was what
Nah,
that was.
this is when I lost Mook. This is what brain
Mook,
was.
who is Mook? Speak on is Mook a close friend of yours or something? You wanna you know, you lost your friend or whatever. Shout out to Mook.
Jeremy Bell, man, aka Jeremy Bell. Shout out RP Jeremy Bell.
Rest in love, Mook, man.
Long
Got him
live
tatted
Mook.
right here. Big as day.
Long
Just in
live
case
my
I
nigga,
didn't
man.
know. He with me every day,
Man,
all
this
day.
shit just fell together that nigga ain't even plan on having on our plate. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just the spirit of Mook around this bitch.
RPTO, man.
Rest in peace, CO, man. Real talk.
Alright, motherfucking
Heavy hitter.
PTO.
Yeah, man. Who was Mook? I think Mook was the greatest gift I think God gave to me, man. It was the greatest lesson learned. I actually feel like Mook is what gave me an ear to hear God, man. I don't know if y'all caught that, man, but it was his life that saved my life. Mook was a nigga you seen with me every day, right before I laid up to my drugs, man. He was a nigga you seen every day with me. Just like how it was me and '01, me and the landlord, I was this little nigga, man. I'm talking about kept me like right here. He got his own son, but I was right here.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's how Mook was to me.
So if I just want to say if you could be able to tell anything to the youth, man. You know, it's a lot of violence and stuff going on in Shreveport and all that. A lot of killing, a lot of black on black crime. What is it something that you can? What is it something that you can say to, you know, kind of guide the youth in the right way or whatever? Or do you even feel like it'll ever be peace?
That's a good question, too. Will it ever be peace? Nah. It ain't gonna
You
never
feel like
be
it's
peace.
too much
I mean,
bloodshed and all
long as
that?
this man here on the face of this, it's gonna always be war.
Man,
It's gonna be war, regardless.
let me answer. I ain't got an answer, but
I mean, speak on it.
it's a way it could be peace. You heard me? Like, well, no. Just
It's
for
too much
us,
bloodshed for it to come back or what?
for niggas who want to see change. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but this younger youth, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a lot. You heard me? That's why we trying to do this. You heard me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was young at a point in time, so I remember being hard hit. I ain't want to listen to what no nigga had to say. You know what I'm saying?
And I just want to let the camera. Who are you, folk?
I'm the landlord.
Landlord.
I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
I don't want my government to do it. You know what I'm saying? First name, last name. I'm the Copenhagen. There's a lot of us, two Cobras. You hear me? But I'm him, not them. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
I ain't
up.
saying like them as my people because we all are him. You know what I'm saying? Every nigga around me is him. You know what I'm saying? KOT is him. Goddamn me.
I know one of I think I heard one of your nephews just got out named Kobe too, huh?
Yeah,
We're gonna have to interview. We're gonna have to interview him too.
He here. You heard me?
He
Right
been
here.
gone. He been gone for a long time.
Oh yeah, he
For a
here.
long
He
ass
coming.
time. Shout out to Kobe Parker, man.
He coming soon. We got a lot to talk about too.
Straight up. We ain't leaving nobody out.
Stay tuned.
We ain't leaving nobody out.
Yeah, I'm back.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, yeah. That kind of shit run deep though. But back to what you said about that,
Yeah, about
that second jokes, man. How you think? What type
Well,
of
basically
impact?
what I was saying was what you think what you think it'll be to stop the violence and all that. That's what I need your input on real quick.
I mean, it's gonna take niggas like us to make the sacrifice,
The
man.
OGs.
Yeah, it's gonna take.
And that's
us,
what y'all
man.
is. Sue, I don't mean to cut you out, but that's what y'all are. Y'all OGs now. You know what I'm saying?
Them little niggas will listen.
I mean, yeah, that's
It's gonna take us to show them different. If we don't lead by example, they ain't gonna never listen. Cause they
Right.
gonna always see what they see.
Right.
Feel me? And believe in what they believe in. But if we show them change, street niggas like us, then change, then turned over on a whole new leaf. You hear me? And they look up to, man, hell yeah, they'll change. It's a whole nother world out here that we ain't even looking at.
Right.
You hear me? You know how much fucking
right.
money out here
Right.
that these niggas ain't trying to get?
How many other people out here and shit?
Man, bro, these people look at it, and I'm talking about like how we trying to look at it and get to this motherfucking bag. Oh man, they'll be fucked to beef. Ain't no nigga gonna be want to kill nobody when they got their fucking bank account to the roof.
Right.
The fuck is you? Who on murder?
Killing they
Enjoy
gonna
my- That's what the system want, so they can
Right.
have us in that bitch. But
Right.
yeah, that's
Right.
what we trying to break, my nigga. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Half of everybody out here need some motherfucking time. I'm
Right.
talking about time. You know what I'm saying? Man, ain't nobody got no time to get that motherfucking system. You heard me?
Right.
Time is one thing we don't own. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna take advantage of all the time that we do have. Cause all it takes is 30 seconds out there, or 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Shit. 30 seconds out there, 24 hours of the day that we have, man, they can determine your motherfucking day. You heard me? Your life. Yeah.
Fuck everything.
Shit.
fuck everything.
I'm a Libra. I thank God that I'm a Libra. You heard me? So my life is like it's balanced. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking. My shit, I'm always trying to balance this shit out. You heard me?
Straight up.
Family, friends, homies, partners. You know what I'm saying? My lifestyle.
We got
Just
people.
everything.
We got people locked up to the feds and all that. Speaking
Man,
of
yeah,
feds,
RIP
man.
And free all my niggas that's locked
I'm
up.
glad your son came home and shit too, Kobe. Glad little Kobe here and shit like that, back on this hustle and all that shit like that. Keep him straight, Kobe D.
He
You know what I'm
good.
saying? Keep
He
him out the
good.
way and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let him know, like, you know, it's time to get rich now. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
he
then
good.
he already got it in his blood. He got the hustle shit in his blood already.
It take
But it take for you to go through shit.
you gotta go through something, you
Go
heard
through
me?
shit.
To realize what you want looking at first.
Right.
Cause nigga be blinded.
Right.
You feel me? So
That-
like he had to go through what he had to go through to get that cover took from over his eyes.
Right, because it was only certain shit that you can say and all that, you know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
look,
About
man,
him
I
being-
raised him this way, you heard me? And I
Right.
can remember at a point in time when he was joking, everybody calling me, you know, my baby mama, his aunties, or, you know what I'm saying, my mama, them, you know, everybody asking me and telling me, like, you know, I'm the reason he in jail. And it kind of had me thinking, like, damn, you know,
Yeah.
maybe the way I raised my little nigga got him in a fucked up situation he in. You heard me? At the time, you know, he's still at CCC. I think he was still at CCC, so I called him, you know what I'm saying, on telecom. You heard me? So I called the little nigga one day. And I asked him, like, damn, Cole, you know, you feel like I got you in that little situation you in because of the way I raised you? And the nigga quoted some shit out of a song that I wrote. You
Yeah.
heard me? Called that White. But you know, like the first like maybe 4 bars, 2, 3, 4 bars, the nigga ran into me. The nigga say, the life that I live is the life that I chose.
Yeah.
You know, one thing we do have out here is a choice. You
Right.
heard me? He chose this shit. You heard me? Regardless of what I showed him. You dig? He chose the lifestyle he was living.
All right, so look. I want to say this real quick then. Do you
Okay.
feel like the environment could play a
Okay.
role on you?
Huh?
Do you feel like the environment could play a role on you?
It can, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't play a role on him because I was that main factor in his life. You know what I'm saying? Everything he looked up to was right there with him. You feel me? Like I ain't missed no beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't regret the way I raised him. You feel me? Like straight up. Like I raised him. I had already tuned him in to being a man. Same way I was fucking with my nephew.
I
You
don't
hear
mean
me?
to cut you off, big cat, but I mean people have to understand though, man.
And the way I
Yeah,
raised him ain't for everybody to raise their kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just, you know.
Like I said, I ain't mean to cut you off. I know he made a valid point, but also, you know, we are who we are. You know, the thing about it is though, sometimes it takes a lifetime for you to figure out who you are. You know, we pay attention to so much other shit, and you don't pay attention to yourself.
Right.
You ain't studied yourself. You don't know what you really like. You don't know whether you influence or whether you like. And what he was saying about his son, this younger generation is identifying with themselves faster than what we was.
Straight
They
up.
making grown man decisions quicker than what we were. When you choose to run down on a nigga and you choose to, you know, that's grown man decisions.
I got it all. I
You know?
got the game from my dad.
I got
I got the game.
Rest in peace, real,
I
man.
was fucked up.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, real,
I
man.
can't
R.I.P.
speak on
Big Real.
everybody and how they was raised because I was raised totally different. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I came up in a household with a gangster. You feel me? And I ain't grew up around all my brothers. You heard me? I grew up around one of my brothers. And then I was in tune with the rest of my brothers because they was around. You feel me? So, and it just say that one of my brother, I got a brother right here right now with me. Like it's a lot of us Cobras and Robbers, you dig? But you know what I'm saying? My brother Kobe, you hear Robert was in the household with me. Kobe, you know, he thugging. Kobe, like this who I kind of on the cool. This who I looked up to, even though Robert in the household with me and raising me, but my lifestyle was based off this nigga right here, like with the hoes, thugging. You know what I'm saying? Being fly. hustling. Now I got all that shit. That's from my big bro. You heard me? Like a lot of if it wasn't for that nigga right there,
See
you
how
heard
the
me?
camera took a bow?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
you know what I'm
just
saying?
saying.
That's him.
Natural.
Like I say,
Difference,
we
yeah.
are him and not them. Yeah, that's him right there. You heard me? That's who I got it from. Big bro. You heard me?
Couple righteous